Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I have a really quick, super easy, probably can mass make these, a ton of these in an afternoon kind of project, using 12 by 12 sheets of paper. I have done two versions, one where I have a thicker 12 by 12 and one where I have a thinner 12 by 12. Both works without a problem. This first version I did is 5 inches, which would fit no problem on a page. It's probably about as wide as I'd want to go. This one is an odd shape, odd size. It's a little less than 4, not really 3.5. But what it was, if you saw yesterday's video with my fruit tags, I had glued a script piece of paper on the back of a scrapbook paper, and I cut the scrapbook paper out, which left a strip because the scrapbook paper was only like 8.5-ish, leaving from a 12-inch paper about 3.5 inch, a little bit more, because the script paper I had, if you print digitals, you notice sometimes they'll shrink down for whatever reason. Not all of them do, but a lot of them do. So I had to cut the border around, so it wasn't quite the 8.5 by 11. So that's why this is just a bit bigger than that. So this was the strip that was left over next to it for that, because there is the lovely paper. Waste not, want not, right? Okay, so I'll show you the big one here first. It has a flip up and a spot inside where there is a cute little journal tag. This one was a double-sided scrapbook paper, definitely cardstock weight. It has beige craft colors on the back. It is not a two-sided scrapbook paper like a lot of them are. It is a pack I got from Hobby Lobby, a paper studio, haberdashery, where it's got all cardstock on the back. So nice thick weight. The second one I did is from a lighter piece of Hobby Lobby paper, the Adosia Square. These are thinner, and that is what this one came from. And you can see this one has the same flip up. This one I ended up using the cards that came from the fruit video from yesterday that I made. This one came out super cute. This one I did not make on camera. I made after. And I tied after I made this one with the beautiful greens with the pear, that's why I decided to throw that same paper on here as a coordinating item to go into there. Now you can see the scrapbook paper is white on the back side of this. I did not embellish it or anything. You could definitely use double-sided on that, but since it's hidden, it is white. I'm going to show you how I made these. You can see I added, this is a strip of paper, this is a strip of paper on there, and then this is a trim ribbon, little 3D with tags and labels. I used washi tape on the top here, on the inside and outside, just to give it a little bit of strength for that. So quite a lot of objects that I have used in this project that most of us should have. I figured this would also look cute with maybe some lace trim on the bottom, which I don't have. I don't do lace trim. Some sort of other kind of decoration on the bottom. Not necessary, but I just thought it added a nice split to that. All right, so let's get a move on and show you how I did these. Not that they're hard. All right, so we're gonna start with my handy dandy It's Too Ginormous cutting board. Okay, so we're going to take 12 by 12 paper and we are going to cut it top to bottom, because since the flap is going to go up and down, we want to have it top to bottom. Now I have decided to, since the first one I did, put those back, this was 5, this was like almost 4, I've decided to do 4.5 inch strips to kind of meet in the middle, so it would be a little bit more versatile for any kind of journal you want to put it in. But these are not hard and fast rules. Whatever size you want to make it to fit in your journal is fine. So 4.5 is my final decision. Cut that. Now one thing nice I noticed about doing 4.5 is on a 12 by 12 you could do another 4.5. Do I want to do that side? I think I do. You could do another 4.5 to have 2 pockets, 2 of those sets of pockets, and these are going to be totally different because they look different. But then you also have a 3-inch strip, right? That's 3. My math is good. You have 3-inch strips that you can cut into tags. So win-win on that. Put that to the side. Get these out of the way. And go from there. Okay. I still think I want to do the first one I cut. Okay, so on these, you want to decide what part you want to have as your triangle flip part. Now, if it's got a print, it pretty much is going to need to be whatever's on top. You're going to want to have something pictured there that you want to have to continue the flap. Because basically, you pick this up, this is going to go like this, and it's going to get cut. So that is going to be the top, and this is going to be flipped forward. So whatever you decide to use scrapbook paper wise, you want to have whatever ends up being in the top, something you want to see as an extra triangle piece. Okay, now the way I calculated this was highly mathematical. No, it wasn't. I decide which way I want the flap to go, this way or this way. I think I might want it to go this way. Yeah, and what I want to do is just mark here about 1 inch down. I do it on the inside because it's not really going to be seen. Probably shouldn't have used a red one, but it'll be okay. So we're going to cut from the 1 inch mark, and we're going to cut on an angle. I should have really done it on this side. And I'm going to eyeball it. That is going to be right about above the R. Okay, so we're going to cut on an angle, depending on how big I want the flap to be and how much I want to include. Hopefully you can see that. How much I want to include on the flap. So I think that'll probably be good. Okay, so that is going to be my top flap. I'm going to fold this up. Now, the most critical, but not totally critical, is you want to make sure this is folded up enough so that when this covers it completely. So I fold it up to about 1/4 inch down, 1/2 inch down. You could fold it up all the way to the top if you want, but this way you can make yourself a longer pocket. If you need a specific length of a pocket, you could probably do that, but you just don't want to go, you just don't want to fold it down here and leave that. I guess you could if you wanted to add a strip of trim or something, but it is not necessary. So my guide on these have been to put it about 1/2 inch from the top. Bump, bump, bump. Fold, 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 fold. Okay, now we are gonna glue this pocket up. If you wanted to have a thumb hole in this pocket, it'd probably be a good idea to do that before you glue it. I don't feel it's necessary to do that. Since it's a slant, you kind of have a little bit more room to grab whatever you decide to tuck in there out. So I am not thumb holing it. Plus you have to be careful if you thumb hole it to not go too far down and give yourself a big old opening. So I almost lean toward not thumb holing it, if it was me. But you do you. Okay, so there's that. Now, I want to put the top on. Now, we're not gluing it because obviously we want to flap it, so we're going to washi tape it. And I think I'm just gonna use, I want a darker one. Use a little juxtaposition. That could be fun. That could be fun. Okay, now I kind of did it the hard way originally. I'd put it on the top of that, and then I would try to line it up, and after a while I said, Lisa, work smarter, not harder. So I'm going to take a piece that is just a tad smaller. Where's my glue? There's my glue. A tad smaller than the inside. gonna add some glue because washi tape can be not too sticky. And I'm going to, it's a little longer than I want. Get that out of there. I'm gonna glue it down, upside down, but it's okay, it's inside. Okay. All right, so that is done, but we want to glue the outside to make it, I mean, unless you really trust your washi tape and you don't want to, but I have been putting a piece of washi tape on the top. It decorates it and it gives it some strength. If you plan on, you know, opening and closing the flap often, you probably want to have that. All right, so I'm gonna make this, that was a weird blinking light there. You are gonna want to make it a little longer. So we're going to try to put the flowers the right direction on the front here and try to put them as straight as possible. Hard to tell sometimes if you're straight with these. And I'm just going to fold it over. Okay. Now you can start truly with either side. But I like to have the front wrap to the inside. Just gives a nice finished edge to me. And there we go. So there is our lovely flip and our lovely pocket. You can round these if you want the corners. I did round it on this one. I did not round it on that one. I think I'm gonna see if I can, I don't know if I can round through washi tape. I don't know. Okay, I can. All right. Okay. Gotta wear your safety glasses when you do this. Okay. So cute and easy. All right, well that is it. It's done. Besides decorating, obviously that's going to be a bit more of a thing. So let's do another one. Okay, so I have this scrapbook paper. It is another one of that same pack. It was this. Yes, it was this. So I could cut another one if I wanted to, but I thought I wanted to save this piece since it had some bigger stuff on there, not necessarily to do another fold project, but I thought this was a great one because of this look right there. So again, we are going to cut the top, and I'll cut it this way this time. Maybe I'll do it that way, get more of that pink up there. I'll do it that way. That might be fun because I can cover that up and keep that. Okay. All right, so we're going to cut it this way. And again, we're going to want to keep about 1 inch up from the top. And just, you can mark it if you want. You can eyeball it if you want. That's what's nice about it. No true rules. Beautiful. One simple cut. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna, oh, I must have hit my ink. Cover the ink pad up. All right, at least most of it's gonna be covered. Okay, we're gonna fold it to there. Again, I have no idea how big this truly is. It is about 5.5 inches tall, so that's not too bad of a size. The reason I folded it there was that part to be covered there, which we have discussed before, but I also wanted a bit more open space down here to throw some decoration on it at some point. It's always good to kind of think ahead on where you want to lay stuff. And we're gonna glue the pocket. Throw my pin in there before I forget. Mamma mia, get in there. There we go. Okay. Now, for some washi tape. I think a gray might be interesting on this. Do I have any kind of grays? That could be fun. Okay. All right, so like I said, we're going to start with a smaller piece in here just to get it closed. Okay. All right, and we'll throw that straight. Oh, it's a little crooked. Throw the piece to wrap around. Now, the first one I did, the bigger brown one, I had rounded the corners beforehand, so I only put the washi tape part of the way. Okay, well that was a little off-centered, but on the inside no one will see. Except for me. Okay. So as I was saying, I had rounded the corners beforehand, so I did the washi only part of the way, and it still works just fine. Yeah. So that is pretty much all you do for those. Fairly simple. So for the decorating part, I'm going to show you what I did for those. For the edges, I have strips of paper that I cut from 12 by 12 big pieces of scrapbook. I was cutting them down to make 8.5 by 11, so I cut the first strip off, which was 1 inch approximately, and then I cut the rest down, and I'm using those for, I think it'd be kind of fun. Oh, this might be too spot on. Wish I had a light purple. I want it to match, that is for sure. I can't say that I can't go find another piece of scrapbook paper and just use that. But these were a good size. And they're kind of laying around doing nothing, so. Had that from the first one. Okay, I definitely like this one. So all I did was estimated about how long I had each end stick off the end, and then just cut it so that I could glue this on. And you could do it one of two ways. You could, well, one of many ways. You could glue it up here so it's a little bit showing. You could glue it even. You can glue it a little longer so it overlaps a little more. However you want to do it. And I'm going to throw some of this on the edge just to make it stick. And I'm going to throw this on this piece. Where it lands. All right, so this one I think I'm going to try to make it even. Dry for a minute. And for this one, I mean, I'm not totally mad at that one. It does have some interesting pinks on there and that flower. Yeah, I think I can do that. I think I can. I know I can. All right, so I'm going to be mad and just use just one end. I'm going to kind of use the middle. Okay. All right, so for this one, I think I'm going to overlap it a little so that it sticks out. So I'm going to, once again, I'm going to throw this glue on here so I know this end lands. And I'm going to throw some glue on this end. Oh, I saw that flash again. I wonder if I got a... Above my table here I have a lamp with... Oh yeah, got a light bulb flickering. It's got four bulbs in it. And one of them has decided it wants to start dying on me. So... Oops. Nope, don't go crooked, don't go crooked. All right, I'm trying my best to see that it's even there. Yeah, okay. Now we're gonna just trim off the excess there, trim off the excess there. All right, I definitely gotta get that fixed. That is annoying me. Okay. All right, throw a little ink on that edge so it looks a little... Sorry about that light. I hope it's not too annoying on that end. I could definitely see it on my end. Yeah, cute. All right, so let's go back and finish this one. Same difference. We're gonna go ahead and I went a little high, and we're gonna go ahead and trim that, and trim that. Give a little inky dinky do. Okay, so cute. Not totally a fan with how high that went, but it's okay. Now for the final part, I put, like I said, some trim going across to there, and let's see if I can find something. Backwards. It seems like I want something. I thought something gray. I thought maybe I had something gray in here, or purplish. That could be kind of fun. I like that. This one though, kind of like a gray blue. Oh yeah, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay. All right, so all I did was kind of like the strip, is cut something a little bit longer and use my glue, trying to be as straight as possible here. Put a strip down and then lay the trim on there. I find that to be the easiest way to do it because it's hard to put the glue on this trim because it's so skinny. And this way you can get it pretty much lined up where you want it to go. Okay, we're going to let that dry before I trim the two ends off. Same with this one. I'll cut that a little bit longer. And I think I'll probably put it about in the same spot. I wonder if I should put 2 strips on this one because it's kind of thin. So yeah, like you said, if you have some lace trims or ribbon, flat ribbon would work. Just gives an added dimension to that flip. All right, do I want a second one? I think I do. Kind of reminds me of how they got street, not street lines, but roads. Okay. Not perfectly straight, but fun. I like it. Definitely different. Definitely not something I do often, is put trim. But as you can see, I've got a lot of it. I have this box and I have this box. Oh, there's my grace. But I like that cover call. So these are for my old scrapbooking days. That was one thing nice about starting to do this after scrapbooking is I have a lot of supplies that I could use. Oh, forgot to put those away for these projects. So yeah, I think they worked out good. All right, are you dry enough to trim? Are you dry enough to cut? Should I wrap it around? I wrap it around. Might not be the worst idea in the world, but it's gonna stand up. We're gonna cut it. Okay. And I might throw a little Fabri-Tac on the ends there. I probably could have glued it down with Fabri-Tac too, instead of the art glitter glue. Both would work, but I had the art glitter glue out and the Fabri-Tac is somewhere. Yeah, I like it. That's cute. I like it. I like it. But as I said, I put a little Fabri-Tac on the end there so that it doesn't unravel any further. I'll see how it goes. Yeah. Okay, so let's trim this one out. I probably could have left them long, kind of like when you sew and you leave the strings on there. That wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world, but yeah, cute. Now my plan is on these to probably glue them down onto the page and just use that as the spot, but like most of these, if you wanted to make additional spots, side ones, I don't know necessarily I would do a top one since it flips up, but if you want to do an additional side tuck, you could glue it down in the book on 3 sides. Tall if you want another one, but my thought is to glue it completely down, especially the ones that are thinner. This one, I definitely would glue this one down because it was thinner to start and not have it necessarily as a additional tuck spot. So, but these that are stronger and thicker, there would be no reason why you couldn't glue those on, or even two sides to have a bigger tuck going on there. So yeah, cute. I like it. I like the fact that you can go either direction too easily when you're doing this. All right, so let's see, maybe we could throw a little decoration on this one. I see some paper sitting here. That could be fun to throw on here. Actually, on both of these, this would be fun. Okay. Got that piece and that one. And let's look for a tag or two. She's pretty. Is she too big for this though? I don't think she is. I like her a lot, but she's kind of big. Rats. I could get her to fit though, right? Maybe cut her down a little down there. I like that. Okay. That one too. Okay. A little bit bigger than I was kind of anticipating using, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. I like that a lot too. I like that a lot too. Okay. There's too many goodies in here. That's all I gotta say. Too many goodies. Okay. All right, let's get her to work because I really want to get her to work. So I'm gonna just snip her bottom off, get her corners gone. That box of fun stuff is from my freebie video. If you haven't gotten a chance to see it, I would check it out. I was on the hunt for freebies and I found a ton of them. Okay, glue page right in front of my face. Okay, we are gonna put you down here and wrap you around. And you're gonna go without a problem right there. I love it. Yes, 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 yes. I love it. Okay. Just want a little mini tag there. Does she look like Jean Leon? Yes, she does. Yes, she does. All right. And a little bit thicker, so we are gonna use the Arch Glitter Glue. Okay, just overlap a little. Don't want to cover those pretty purple flowers up. Yeah. Now, I was putting some stuff on the top, but I don't know if I want to because got the two trims there. I think they look nice. They're too dark. I think I'll leave that be for now. Can always add something later, right? Can always add something later. Okay. Now, this one. I've got multiple ideas for this one, but I do like this. That is cut quite improperly. Okay, so this is gonna get glued down first. I don't think I'm going to do a wrap. And you're going to go here. See how much room I got. I like how that ends up right in there. Okay. A little to the side. Cute. Yep, totally still see her. Love it. Love it. Okay. I'm going to put this on top because there's a little bit more space there, and I think that one did. That was another thought as you're doing these. I think I might have said, depending on how you angle and cut it, that's how much space you can work with. If you want something a little less, a little bit more, you could do either way, but that looks cute there. And we're going to probably, I think, put this ticket down here because that's like an opera. We need a ticket. Yes, we need a ticket. All right. Nip the corners. Ink the edges. And we'll glue this down. Right. We'll throw it a little angle because that's fun. And then I think I'm going to throw this up there because there's a little bit of green in there. And there's a little bit of greenish down here. Kind of tie the two together. Yeah. I like keep those dates open. That was good to like to do that because that's where that purple came from. Don't want to cover that up. Okay, I love it. Okay, well, I think I am done. Hopefully this is something you would like to do. I think they're super easy. Hopefully you find that they'd be super easy to make too, and nice addition to any journal. So there's the two we created together. Here's the two that I did. Which one's your favorite? I know which one my favorite is. Yeah, put in the comments which one you think is your favorite. But I couldn't tell you, I like that one. She's beautiful. So, all right, well, that is going to be it for me today. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, would be awesome. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and like to see some future videos of some things like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click that bell and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much, and as usual, have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.